Good morning. Just me so far. Z should be joining us in a minute. It is the 11th of November. I had this hidden and Connie was like opening drawers and like, where is it? Where's the date? So no, leave the date alone. My date. How's everybody this morning? Good morning, Becca. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Jewel. Becca, I watched your stream from yesterday, was it? Your mosaic things are absolutely gorgeous. Are they, you said they were stepping stones. Are they for outside in the garden? Dave, if you haven't seen Becca's mosaic stuff, you saw them on Etsy, don't you? Go and look at Becca's channel, Becca for Duke. Really gorgeous, really gorgeous. Good morning, Michaela. Good morning, Rosie. Good morning, Pink Harpy. Good morning, Crispy. I've got from the box of tea this morning. But actually, it's just afternoon tea, I think it's called. Even though it's the morning, because yesterday I had the breakfast one. Afternoon blend tea. It's freaking gorgeous again. I like all of these teas. Yeah, I've sent Z a link. He's aware that he's on this, and I'm not just talking about him. But in the meantime, good morning, Funky Neil. Blush, Becca. Check out my Etsy and Instagram, Dandelion Mosaics. Oh, Dandelion Mosaics. Yeah, before Z gets here, I'll show you what I've received at the weekend from Z. Just stocking fillers, although I know he's got some new stock, which I've asked if he'll show it. And he's like, oh, no, he's a bit sort of coy about it. I'm like, yeah, like it's not, like just blatant advertising. I want to see it. I want to see the stuff. Morning, Kirsten. So yeah, I've got, I wonder if he's meant to leave his little price tag on there. So these are stocking fillers for the girls. So this one is a scalar and it's Groot. So cute for Maud. I was just hanging on to a stick thing there. I don't know what they're meant to be for, but hang on, there's pictures on the back. So I've seen Z with them on his toggle, hoodie toggle. But like I thought, I'm going lanyards, headphones, earbuds, pull cords. Yeah, because I was thinking Maud's blind in her room, but it's so cute. And very affordable stocking filler. Oh, here he is. There he is. I love you, Z. There you are.
I didn't, I sent you a message because I was like, oh, thanks for doing the stream and everything.
Oh, you haven't seen the link?
No, I did see. Do you know what it was? I just didn't realize what the time was. And it's just like, I saw the time. I was like, oh, it's 10 o'clock already. How'd that happen? I swear I sent you the message at like 9:30.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I was in the park earlier. Thing is, when you're on your phone, the time bit doesn't show if you're on something else, so...
No, I didn't. I sent you the message at 9:52, so I should have known it was close. But I think in my head, when I think 9:52, I'm thinking, oh, it's ages till 10.
Did you go to visit the little boy's room?
I didn't, no. Didn't.
I was just showing the welcome, by the way. Good morning.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Morning, Rachel. Morning, Antoinette. Morning, Gimbal.
Oh, God, it's really bad quality, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tommy mentioned that the streaming from your shop's really... I suppose normally if you just video, then you upload it later, don't you? So it doesn't affect the quality.
God, yeah, like you can barely see like anything.
Yeah. What do you need, a booster or something?
I don't know. Should I see if I can move my router close?
I tell you, the main thing is though, is we can hear your voice.
Yeah.
You don't see first.
That really sucks though, doesn't it? Hold on.
Had you not been aware of that?
I just thought it looked fine to me. I'm gonna go down to standard definition and then.
Oh, that's made you a bit longer.
It's made me deform, like all,
one of those mirrors.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Man. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can fix it somehow.
Oh, hello.
Can you see my camera settings now?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to show on this? Do you want me to take you off?
I don't mind. Like, I don't know what I'm doing now. I didn't realize it was that bad. I've only just looked at the stream because I heard
Yeah, Tommy mentioned it, didn't they?
yeah, Tommy mentioned it. I was like, what is he talking about? I can't fix it.
Well, don't worry about it. It's a bit fuzzy. It's not. We can hear you.
Terrible. Well, I
And we
suppose
know
you don't want to see. You don't want to see me anyway.
everyone knows what you look like. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't, yeah. That's a bit of a bummer, though. Let me see. There's got to be a way of fixing it. Sure.
I wouldn't worry about it. Morning, Mandy. What does Becca say? A pixelated Z is still a Z.
No.
Hi, your vintage. Good morning, Z. Good morning, Lee. If I miss anybody, sorry. Good morning, Pete. It's 2003 eras are here.
I know. It does look awful. I'm gonna see if I can unplug some stuff.
Karen, see the picture of true professionalism. Love you, really. Well, this is my channel we're on, so it if it was on like Cola Clippers or something, then it might be a bit more like Star. My channel, so it's fine.
Look, like coming out here a bit. It
You
doesn't, does it?
Pixelated? No, you're just a bit pixelated. That's all. It's all right. Don't worry.
Man,
We'll do one another time when you're not pixelated, if you like. If that feels better to you.
I don't know. No, I should have just stayed at home. But I might have a delivery coming. You see.
Yeah, I don't. No, I think we prefer the pixelated than the circle.
Is it gone now? Is it?
Yeah, well, it's just your circle, but then when you speak, like it vibrates.
Right. Okay. Hold on.
I just go to pixelated. It's fine.
Oh, this is terrible. All right, now I'll figure something out. I need to figure something out. It's annoying when that happens, though.
Thing is, you do worry much more about technology and stuff than I do, because you quite like things technology-wise. You like it top end, don't you? And you have a decent microphone and things like that at home, don't you? And I did 3 minutes with a blank screen the other day. It was all good. I think it's gone. Yeah, good morning, Rebecca. Yeah, Rebecca says it's fine. Yeah, everyone's saying it's fine. Don't worry about it. We're fine with Pixeled. Right, in the meantime, I'll just show you the other thing that I got from coolstuff.co.uk, linked below. So, everybody knows he has a bricks and mortar shop now, but you can buy online at the moment or online and click and collect. So I'll just show the scaler. This, I couldn't believe it when I saw this little mini Funko Pop, Walking Dead Negan, with a Lucille bat. It's the details, isn't it, that freaking make it. And his little leather jacket. Yeah. That's for Connie. She watched The Walking Dead with me. I love it. Absolutely.
She watches it with you?
Yeah.
And she's okay with all the gore and stuff?
Yes, she's really bizarre. She can cope with that sort of thing, but if I put true crime on in the evening, she goes mental. She goes up at 9 o'clock, and I say, right, 9 o'clock, it's true crime. And so yesterday I was on the Docs channel and I was looking through, and she had her ears on, and I was like, true crime, Connie. And then she came off, she went, no, you're watching Gold Diggers or whatever I was watching, Diving for Gold or something. I was like, no, hang on. I needed to go up to bed. So if I put true crime on, she goes. But she can't. Yeah, and also I'll tell you what else she watches with her friends. She watched all the Purges. Have you watched that? The Purge?
I've heard of the Purge, but I've not watched it. It's the one where you go on a killing spree. Do you know what I've been doing recently? I've been watching Kill Count on YouTube.
Count?
There's this channel. Yeah, there's this channel that goes through horror movies and goes through all the kills in horror movies.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Could I write that down?
Yeah, I'll send you the link. I'm not sure if it's called Kill Count, but he goes through all these big movies, and he goes through all the kills basically.
That might be for me, or it might be for Connie, because we're different. She won't come to London Dungeons with me and stuff like that, which I love. She can't cope with the true-ish sort of stuff.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I think you can hide in the fakeness of things can't you? Like the make believe.
Mind that, yeah, because it's not real. So I was saying yesterday, I'm about to watch Murder Comes to Lady Jane Court, so you better go to bed. It's like she was just like, what? And I was like, Murder Comes to Lady Jane Court, where we live. So that'll be her running up the stairs.
Indeed, thank you, Indy, for sharing the page as well. I appreciate it. And Karen says, "Bad mum alert." Scott loves Walking Dead, and he watches Kill Count as well.
Oh, so what's Kill Count?
You can't really. I don't know what it is, but you can't stop teens and horror. It's almost like meant to happen, isn't it? I mean, especially, and I think it's more girls as well. Like my daughters, like, you know, they watch the goriest stuff. Like, well, my eldest is more into the anime side of it, but she'll watch some pretty violent, gruesome anime. But then my younger daughter, who's 15, she's just been binging on horror films.
Oh yeah, because she's the same age as Connie.
Yeah, she's been binging on. You know, she loves like watching, like she's seen Annabelle and all that kind of stuff. You know, she laughed at Child's Play. She thought it was rubbish.
Laughed at what?
You know, she laughed at Child's Play. Child's Play.
No, I don't.
Chucky?
Oh right, yeah. I don't. Actually, to be honest, I struggled more with the horror things, like going back, than I do now with the true crime stuff. So I think I'm the opposite to Connie. Like The Purge, I was shocked by. And I remember going to watch, I was at my nan's house. My cousin lived there at the time. And I went to watch something like Hellraiser or something. And I couldn't go home that night. I had my car outside. That's how old I was. And I literally just stayed the night. I said, well, like, there's no way I'm walking out and getting in a dark car. So
I think horror films can scare me still. Like, there's one that I only saw on the Kill Count because I had no intention of watching it, and it's called It Follows, and it gave me the heebie-jeebies, man. Yeah, it's called It Follows, but and they did a kill count on it, and yeah, it's just really creepy film.
Interesting. Well, I think it's a morbid fascination thing, isn't it, with the horrors?
Yeah.
Like you want to scare yourself in a way.
Yeah, I think so.
What's the
Sorry
answer?
about the bad internet.
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. No one's worried. I stayed up into the early hours this morning watching Don't F the Cats, a Netflix documentary about a murder. Cats are involved. Well, the thing that I watched, see, my mum let me watch everything. We watched, you know, the Hammer House of Horror growing up. And I just remember Shelley Winters cutting up rabbits with a cleaver in her kitchen. And I must have been young watching that. Don't know. Good morning, Cookie and the Haydens. See, there's some Z love coming in here.
Well, thank you. If I don't move too much, then it won't pixelate, will it?
Don't breathe.
Stand still.
Yeah, we'll still pixelate. Lee, Hammer Horror was as scary as it got. It was, and also one of my cousins says she's scarred from Hammer House of Horror because my brother went to babysit, and they're only slightly younger than me. And the one where he told them there was
I'm going to try one thing. I'm sorry, it's bothering me. Right, Shelley, it's bothering me. Try one thing. Okay, I'm going to try one thing.
Hammer House of Horror, where they were having a kids' party, and I think there was a head in the fridge, and blood came out of the guttering, and he told them all it was strawberry milkshake for the kids' party, and I think they knew it wasn't, and they said they had like nightmares after that, and it scarred them forever. Are you clicking me?
Oh yeah, I was just checking if it was working.
Oh, I was like, excuse me.
Is that better? No, I was just checking like the mic was. I was just clicking at the mic. I wouldn't. Yeah. Is it any better?
Shelley.
Is it any better now? No.
No, not really. But still, I wouldn't worry about it. No one's worrying.
Man, you say that.
Yep. Well, all right. Sorry, you're worrying, but no one else is.
I hate having bad internet. It really upsets me.
Oh no. Don't worry about it. Omen. Oh my God. Yeah, the Omens I watched growing up as well. The Omens were.
They're pretty scary. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really.
What about Carrie? What about things like Carrie?
Carrie, I don't know so much. Oh, that's what her head's round, isn't it?
No, that's Exorcist.
Oh.
Carrie is like the schoolgirl that has, she can make things set on fire with her mind.
Oh, yes, I do
Takes
remember.
revenge on us. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I do remember that. I think that was quite good.
Yeah. And then there's Damien, isn't there? Or not?
Damien's in The Omen.
The Omen, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
said that, yeah.
yeah, like that priest when the spire comes down. Do you remember that bit? And also like the sheet of glass that comes off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in, I saw they remade The Thing as well. And I didn't watch the remake, but I remember the original really fondly. Like, The Thing was amazing. I like that. That's like
hard when you know the original for somebody to remake it and get you still.
Yeah, it's really. I think it's because like I don't know, films like the Thing and like the original Alien. What I like about them is the suspense, because there's not necessarily the suspense of it. You know, like that they don't necessarily rely too much on the kind of. I mean, there is a lot of gore in them, but the gore is not like what makes them scary.
Yeah, you're on the edge of your seat stuff.
Yeah. Are you having problems hearing me as well?
I don't know if it's yours or my ears, because I'm a little bit deaf and I've stopped wearing my hearing aids.
No, it's fine.
I stopped wearing them in the last lockdown because I couldn't go. They cancelled my ear hoovering appointments and I was worried about getting an ear infection. And then I was like, well, actually, Tom's so loud anyway. Kids drive me a bit batty. I just stopped wearing them. So I do miss.
No, that's fine. It's fine then. It's fine. Okay, I'll just make sure I project.
Yeah, I think your tone of voice is probably fine. It's like Maud, I really struggle with a lot. Just I said, speak up, shout.
No.
Who's just said, Indy, Jaws scared the life out of me when I was in primary school. I made my mum come to the toilet with me for about a week to check the sharks in the loo. I love Jaws. And Connie watches it with me and like knows all the quotes and that. But then when we were in the sea, like it was the last time we went on holiday in Ibiza, and I started going, we'd been snorkeling, and I started going, doing it. And she went mental at me. I was like, I'll stop it. Fine.
It reminds me of that scene in The Simpsons. There's a scene in The Simpsons where Bart's trying to scare everyone with a shark fin on his back.
Oh yeah.
And the funny thing is, he gets out of the water and like Homer's completely unaware that everyone's running away and getting scared from and Homer's like unaware of Bart's shark fin swimming around him, right? But what gets him is when Bart comes up from the water, Homer screams at him and goes, "Ah, shark boy," and runs out. Like it's just, that was genius. Called Shark Boy and just runs off. I don't know why that reminds me.
I haven't seen that.
Can we discuss rom-coms tomorrow, says Rachel. Do you know what? There's one called Forces of Nature with Ben Affleck and what's her name? She's in Speed, and Sandra Bullock.
Oh yeah.
And it's really corny and cheesy, but it's one of the best movies as well that I've ever seen in that kind of genre. Called Forces of Nature. It'll make you really happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's one of those weird films. Yeah, I think you have to watch it like at a certain time of day, maybe, or like maybe when you're feeling funny or something. And then, because I remember watching it and I felt like it didn't deserve it, but it blew my mind. And I was like, "What? This?" I literally thought I'd seen the best thing on the planet, and it's not. It clearly isn't. But when I watched it, I must have watched it at the perfect time, and it just blew my mind. Like I must have watched it at the perfect time in my headspace. Yeah, Forces of Nature, Sandra Bullock and Ben Affleck.
No pens when I want one. Yeah.
And there's another one which isn't quite a rom-com, but you should definitely watch Chasing Amy as well.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
Chasing Amy's really good.
So what am I writing down? What was it called again?
Forces of Nature and Chasing Amy. But if you've seen Chasing Amy,
I can add these into our mix. Chasing Amy, because
I mean, don't think Forces of Nature is a good film. Just but in my mind, I remember it as being astonishing.
Okay, right. We'll see. I'll let you know. I'll come and go. That was rubbish.
That's
Yeah, Tom does this thing.
You have to watch it like at a certain time. I don't know.
Yeah. What time is that?
I don't know. When you're asleep, maybe, or something. Bedtime.
Yeah. Yes, we have
Rom-coms,
dice movies. But Tom
Pardon?
has like dice movies. We have
Dice movies. What are they?
dice movies. It's just in our house because Tom he records loads of different films. It's stuff that he thinks maybe the girls should watch, from the 80s and stuff, and other stuff that we all want to watch. And then the girls throw the dice, and like they're written down, and it's whatever movie.
Oh, that's quite a good idea.
Yeah.
That's.
So they sort of pick it, although he's picked all the, the 1 to 10 that you can, 1 to 6 that we went with, that you can choose from. Because it went through a phase, and I was like, so none of them.
It's actually our movie night tonight. We used to go on date night, but now it's just family movie night because obviously lockdown and everything. So we're going to be watching a movie tonight. We normally try to do like the whole choosing thing, but like my girls both, they just don't want to make any decisions whatsoever. Like they won't and that applies to just generally anything. You can ask them, what do you eat for dinner? And it'll be like, oh, I'm not sure, I'm not bothered. And the thing is that
produce something and then I don't eat that.
Well, no, that's the thing. They don't. They just they don't. We can make anything food wise. They don't complain. They don't. But that's the thing. I think it's because they figured out that they can just not make any decisions, but then also they can't complain, and they just go along. They're just so docile. It's unbelievable.
Wow. So they're not.
I don't know. I don't think
age then your girls that they don't have strops or anything.
It's really weird because like Hannah's 18. She's going to be 18 in November. Well, in 10 days time, and we've never had the tantrums or anything, and it's just a bit like I don't mind, but I wouldn't mind if sometimes they would have a bit of something about them, but they're just so chilled. Like it was like even with what you want for your birthday and stuff. It's just literally there's just not fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not complaining because it's
it could be worse.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse. Yeah, Connie said, "Oh, I'm not a traditional teenager, am I?" I was like, "Well, no, you're not actually." But she has her moments where she's pushed, and sometimes
I do a good job where I wind them up a lot. I can't help it. I think it's natural. I love nothing better than just being annoying. It comes out of me. I can't help it. But I try. I'll just go and say the dumbest things to them. So if I know they're if they're into Yu-Gi-Oh or something, I'll make stupid comments about it and as in pretend like I'm the best in the world at it and just be really annoyingly stupid. It's natural. It comes to dads, and they just take it. They'll roll their eyes at me, and they'll be like, "Dad, come on, okay, yeah," and that's it.
Maybe because they've grown up with it. Because Connie's not; she doesn't take it. She gets me back, and then sometimes she's like, "Oh no, I shouldn't have done that," because now I've got to expect something, and I don't know when it's coming.
I mean, the younger one will come back with a few good zingers. If we're having a little banter, she's getting quite good at that. But even that, it's it's minor, really. It's
Yeah. I did something quite bad the other day. I don't know if I said about it on here. They'd made gingerbread houses at Tom's mum's, their farmers, and we were offering. A friend was picking up his daughter from here, and we were offering him a bit of gingerbread house in the hallway. And she said, "Did you didn't take chimney pot, did you?" And he went, "Oh no, I had a bit from the side." And she went, "Oh," and so I immediately, what I walked into the kitchen, took a bit of the chimney pot, came back and said, I've just had a bit of the chimney pot, all the Martins fell out. And she was properly like, but it was like, you handed it to me on a plate. Like you said, you know. And I actually apologized the next day. I thought, oh, maybe I took it too far.
Yeah.
But like, because people have been surprised when, you know, if you're out and we've been somewhere and had a cake and it's got a Malteser on the top, you know, so that's like your best bit, like the cherry on top.
Yeah.
And like, if you're not careful between us two, the other one will just nick it. And people have gone, you know, it's like, well, I'd have done it to her. Like,
I think my current thing at the moment is just like making comments, you know, like obviously kids eat a lot and, you know, they're at that stage where they just eat all the time, you know, and then obviously they don't work or anything, they're just kids. So my thing, but they're right at that age where they need to be thinking about pulling their weight a bit around the house and stuff. Yeah, and they do, bless them.
Do they do jobs around the house, like little tasks?
They do sometimes. We don't really expect them to though, but they do they will do like the vacuuming, and they've even cooked dinners and stuff. So they do bits and pieces. Yeah. I like winding them up. So it's like even this morning when they were having breakfast, I was like, is that like a Kellogg's crunchy nut you're having, huh? Like Kellogg's brand. It's pretty fancy. Where'd you get that from? The kitchen, huh? Like, yeah, I just wind literally every little thing. So even when they're having breakfast, it's I almost feel like I have to stop myself. But I think it must be some kind of a genetic thing where is this our way of readying them for the world or something? Like, do you think it's some kind of a genetic?
I don't think you're thinking, this is a selfless act, I'm going to ready them for the world. I think you're just thinking, this will be fun. I'm just going to keep going.
I'm trying to figure out why I do it, though. Because you know, I feel bad now because I'm like, I'm thinking about it. I annoy them constantly, like as soon as I get home.
Yeah, no, they're playing games and stuff now, but I did feel bad about the gingerbread house a bit.
The chimney pot thing was quite funny though.
Well, yeah, it was, but
it's also bad.
The only reason she didn't have a proper go at me at the time was because my friend was there picking up her daughter.
But you could tell she was really upset. Like, you stepped over the line. Yeah, I've
got far. It's like this freaking, you know, she knows I like to do the date in the morning. So this morning she'd go through the drawers looking, because last night I'm going to hide it so she can't do it. And she was looking, I said, leave the date, you know, leave the effing date. And she's like, she's getting late for school, like, just go. So
both my girls, they're at home at the moment again. They've been from college and from school, they've been sent back.
Because there's somebody.
All of year 11's been sent back home for 2 weeks.
We haven't had that yet.
Yeah, all of year 11's been sent back, and my oldest, the college have sent her back home quarantine because she's been close to someone that's, you know, because they know the seating plans and stuff. So yeah.
What? I mean, are you North or are you Midlands or what are you? Because actually you're
Northwest.
Yeah, so actually, you're in quite a bit, aren't you?
Northwest is like Lancashire's quite bad overall, apparently, you know, like as in for cases and whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm southeast, so it's pretty good down here at the moment, to be honest. Yeah. Gonna go for a walk.
I mean, it's okay where we are because it's small, but like they go to, you know, she goes to college in Preston, so it's busy.
Mm.
You know, I mean, it's going to happen at schools, isn't it?
Well, I'm shocked that their secondary hasn't had we haven't had them back at all since reopening in September. I thought it wouldn't last 5 minutes, and I was like, oh, God, you know, but, and they want it to shut, of course. Well, yeah. Connie keeps more.
Well, the kids are kind of like, they're quite happy to work at home. Like, they worked really well throughout the lockdown period. Like,
actually, yeah,
it was almost as if they preferred it, so they just knuckled down and just did the work, kept up to date with all the work they were being sent. But it's not good for them though. Like, it's just not good for them. They need that social interaction at that age, don't they?
Which I found very bizarre with Connie, because she just needs company all the time. And if there's no company, she's gone out and chatted to the window cleaner before. I'm like, oh Christ, like leave him alone. But she'll be out there chatting because she's just desperate for anybody to talk to. So I said, but what about your friends? And so she had a couple of friends that she'd go off on long bike rides with, but then there's another group that she just wouldn't see. And it's like, what about them? She's like,
that's the thing. Hannah, my 15-year-old, she's like, she just is so nonchalant about the whole thing. She comes home from school, she's like, no, I'm not bothered about seeing them. If you don't want to see her, because we've tried to promote like being sociable.
Everything.
Out of school, she's like, no, I'm done. Thanks, I'm fine. And I'm like, don't you have friends? And then she's like, no, I do have friends, but I'm all right just to see them at school. That's it. And then I think because things up here, like they've both gotten really tight together, like because they're at that age where like 15, 17, it's quite good. It's quite a good age, kind of. They're into the same kind of things, or they're in that same. I wouldn't say like Hannah's like way more mature than Zara or anything like that. I'd say they're both probably.
Yeah. They're 3 and Connie and Maud, and they're doing the same things, and they're on the same like game stuff and.
Yeah, so you kind of, I mean, they've got very different interests, but they can relate, and I think they're quite happy with each other's company. But even then, they like go off and do their own thing. They're very solitary, both of them.
With I mean, because I often say, it's a personality type as well, that like lockdown was pretty much.
It makes you worry though, doesn't it? It makes you worry because you're like, you want them to be sociable and.
But why are we so obsessed with it? Because
I don't know, actually. I don't. That's a good question. I don't know.
So why are we obsessed with that though? Because we think they'll be happier. Well, but if they're happy anyway, and they get enough social from their bits,
that's the thing. They're very happy. Yeah, that's a good point. I've never really stopped to think about why I'm kind of like why we're like worried about it, but actually they are very happy doing. Like it's not like they're just sitting moping. They're both always doing something. Like they get really into the things that they're into. So like Hannah's really into her drawing and she loves going on like deviant art and looking at all the kind of people's versions of the things that she's into. So at the moment she's into The Sims, Transformers. So she likes watching and like drawing all that kind of stuff. And the younger one's into all kinds of different stuff. I mean, she's always watching like James Charles on YouTube, and then she's like she's into her health and fitness. So they're really good at. They're very happy within themselves. But that's a good point. I've always been like, if they're happy, that's all that should matter. But I've never really. Thank you. This is quite interesting because I've never stopped to think of why am I so like pushing it.
I know. Sometimes you take a step back and go, "Oh, hang on," because like when they start talking stuff, you couldn't give a stuff about how they're doing. And I couldn't. Their work's like, who are their friends? Have they got friends? Like you just don't like them not having a friend,
Yeah. And thinking back as well, like I mean, I remember like I used to have one like friend at school. Like it was me. I had a friend called Tom actually, and he was just like me and him like throughout primary school. To the point where teachers were thinking it was just really odd that we didn't want to have any other friends because we really didn't talk to anyone. It was just me and Tom, and we didn't talk to anyone else in the class. We were so. I think back on it, and those were some of like the happiest years of my life, school life. And like he's my best friend even now. Like I cannot speak to him for years. I haven't spoken to him probably for months.
You get back in touch with somebody, and it's like no
like
changes.
You've never stopped, So like, and even though I've not spoken to him for like months or even a year odd now, if you asked me who my best friend was, I'd instantly say Tom. It wouldn't even be a question.
Do you even say, "Hey, Z, who's your best friend?"
No, they don't. But it used to be a big question, back in the day when you were younger, when you were in the playground.
It was a couple of years back.
Yeah, it's a couple of years back for me. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point actually. I've not really had that come up. In recent time. It hasn't come up. If someone wants to ask you, what am I even thinking? Yeah, I often sit here in the shop when it's quiet, thinking who's my best friend.
Tom was there now.
It's your best friend, Shelley.
I like to be at home on my
But if you had to choose best,
See, stop pushing the socials on me. I'm fine. I'm just happy. Sorry for ignoring the chat. Right, hang on, new comments. Oh, my computer's so slow as well. My lad is quite solitary, but he enjoys that part. He rarely meets his friends outside school, although he did. Oh, what's DOFE? It's not Department of something, is it? What is it? Something further
Edinburgh.
Oh,
the Duke of Edinburgh. Yeah,
that's a week ago. Yeah, and I think, oh, Peter, you're such a little stir, aren't you? Who's the best speech elephant? I was going to say, put some questions in the chat if you want. I forgot.
Yeah.
You have to answer. Peter, you tell us first. Mine's yours, Peter. There you go. Yours. Morning, Dave. Oh my word, it's myself.
Isn't it funny the conversations we can end up having? Weird.
Yeah, I thought you would be funny, to be honest. Like I got my questions, like, cause I had some questions for Kirsten, which I thought actually I can reuse those. I haven't even asked her yet, apart from how are you?
Good. Do you actually have that written down?
Yep.
In case you forget.
That's number one.
Wow.
And I'm going to reuse them for Karen on Friday.
That's a good list. I can just imagine you writing that. What shall I ask my guest? Number one.
With just an R and a U for the RU. Because it got me going then. When you're writing an essay, you get the word down and then you can go. And then I was off.
I can't believe you wrote that down. I mean,
why? Look, and I put.
Was it just to get you going with the list? Or?
And I wrote /C.
Okay, you need to start a new list. First one needs to be how are you, and then the second needs to be who's your best friend.
Yeah, I could put what's your favourite colour?
Yeah, what's your favourite colour? That's a good one.
Red.
Who's your favourite Ninja Turtle?
Oh no, I haven't got a favourite Ninja Turtle.
I bet you got. Yeah, I used to. Mine used to be Raphael.
Okay, good. Moving on. Just over half an hour. I have my friend who's always early. I'm going walking with at 11. But
okay.
Number one, why are you here? What is the meaning of life? Oh my God, you need a lot more than half an hour to cover those. Go very off track, I imagine. Are you doing the Remembrance Day silence? What? Oh my gosh.
It's the 11th. The 11th, isn't it?
Oh, I'll be off before 11. Thank you. Yeah. Oh my God. People. Oh God. I remember this happening once in the office, and the phone rang because everybody ignored it. I'd forgotten. Just picked up. No. It was like, oh.
People looking at you like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's always her. Like,
yeah, traitor.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's it. You judged.
What jerk.
Traitor, you'll have to shut up for a minute, Cheryl. Thank you. So yeah. Have you got your stuff with you? I want to see your Stranger Things stuff, please.
I've got some bits around.
Yeah, see, he's just got some Stranger Things stuff on the website. He's got loads of amazing stuff, but I really like Stranger. Well, yeah, look, I love Stranger Things.
That's your name as well.
I know.
Yeah.
Tell me about this clock.
The clock. Look at it. The numbers are upside down.
That's really good.
Got some pin badges as well. Badges.
So they're good stocking fillers, aren't they?
Yeah.
11.
Those as well. Quite cool. I'm pretty sure I've got some the they're on the website anyway. The 3D poster type things. They're like
those.
they're like these.
Oh yeah, there's one that I really like as well, where they're looking. They're like.
Yeah, I like the one where they're on the bikes. Yeah, and you can see the mind flayer in the sky, and it's such a cool. Yeah, that's a really cool one. I do also have on there a Star Court Mall mug.
Saw that as well. Clocked that.
But I've been getting these. I've got a Zelda one as well. Yeah, Zelda.
Zelda?
This is
What's
cool.
from the Thunderbirds?
No, Zelda. Link from Zelda, like, you know, Nintendo game.
Oh no, I don't do games. It's right over my head.
Okay, I've got the there's the welcome enter the upside down floor mat. Yeah,
I'll be definitely having one of those. I think that's. I talked to him about it, and he was like, "Oh no!" I said, "There's this mat," because he was thinking, "Oh no, what's it going to be like?" People.
Oh, no, that's just Death Note. That's an anime. I've got loads of. I ordered a bunch of these because I think they're quite cool. They're only 10 by 8 inches.
I know, because I measured this morning. I was like, "Oh, that's quite small."
Yeah, they're really, they're quite small, so it's kind of just like they can fit almost anywhere.
Yeah, because I was eyeing up just above my computer here. I thought there's a nice little bit of wall there.
Pardon?
That just above my computer, there's a nice little bit of wall, and I think one of those little strange things.
Exactly. They go quite well, and the frames are quite decent. Really. Bad. So, but yeah, I can get the Stranger Thing one. They're around here somewhere. Oh, I'll show you. Why not?
Oh, Dave, where is his website? Only coolstuff.co.uk. It's linked below. Karen, I need that mat. I'm going to find out how many he's got because I want it to. Link in description, Dave. Yeah. Get the idea. You get the idea. Indeed, truth. I have a list of questions to ask my dad when I ring him. I have no idea what to talk to him about.
I couldn't find the other one. It's around somewhere, but that's the original poster.
Oh.
It really pops, this one. It
really loves it. Yeah.
Yeah. This is quite a nice one. It's like Venom.
Oh, that's cool.
That's actually quite cool.
Yeah. The booby woman goes ribby.
Yeah, really cool. This is the favourite.
Oh, I love that. That's fabulous.
Yeah. They're quite cool, aren't they? And I'm just like, because it was one of those things where it's like, when we opened the shop, I mean, Beck was right. I mean, she's always right. But, you know, it was just too many action figures. I don't know what I was thinking, but I don't think I was thinking that far ahead. I just...
Yeah, it's a natural... Do you know what? As you go along, and like people come in and they go, "Oh, have you got any blah blahs?" And you go, "Oh, I hadn't thought of that." That's how you learn, and you're always then progressing, because you didn't know that people might come in and ask you for, you know, that picture that you've got. Like, ask for a picture. Oh, you want pictures? Like, why would you know that? Like, you just learn as you're going along, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I've been listening to like people's advice and stuff, you know, like, on business and how they learn and whatever, and it always worries me because, you know, people are like, "Oh, you got to be a quick learner and stuff." I think it takes me a while to learn things, you know, and I'm not one to learn from my mistakes either. I think I have to repeat them a couple of times. Like, I have to do the bad thing a couple of times. Like, I'm the kind of person, like, if it's hot, I'm like, "Was it hot? Yes, it was hot." You know?
Oh, it's shock punching again. Oh yeah, it's still hot. It's like when I do this all the time. I go, "Oh, that's disgusting. Smell it."
Yeah. No,
I don't want to know. Smell it. It's horrible.
So, like, I think sometimes it'd be like, but it is definitely a learning thing, and I'm like, I can see the shop being really different because from what it is now, you know, assuming we manage through the next few months, whatever they're like.
Yeah, I mean, like you've got some, like you said, for the real collectors, you've got the more expensive figures. For general,
I think you need stuff to like
stocking as well, and the pocket money stuff.
Yeah, I think it's very much a case of like pop culture is so much more to us than just like having. It's not about just having a toy, is it? It is people want their wallets and their purses and their rucksacks and their t-shirts and their doormats and everything to be reflective of. Well, not everyone's going to want everything. You're not going to go to someone's house and then have literally everything merged out, but I think different people will kind of want to have the different things. So there might be someone that would never dare have a Stranger Things doormat, but might want a Stranger Things bus pass.
That's also clever. That doormat, you enter the upside down. It appeals to me on two levels.
No, I'm just saying, like, whereas someone would want a doormat, someone might not want a doormat, but might be happy having their bus pass.
Are we talking about people or things where you wipe your feet?
No, I'm talking about like just generally, like, different people are gonna want to show their love for whatever they're into in different ways. Like, for example, like some people will want a tattoo of Stranger Things. Or, I wouldn't go as far as a tattoo, but some people would.
That would be strange.
I'm sure there are people that have,
Yeah.
I actually had someone on my Facebook feed come up that's just had an It tattoo down their leg. Like,
wow, really?
Yeah, like, really impressive looking, but it is of Pennywise on their leg.
Wow. Is it to scare people?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's scary. It's impressive more than scary.
I just loved. We knew that there were certain families coming around from our area that we already knew about. So for Halloween, I've got a clown mask and got Connie's light up cleaver thing, well, luminous. Instead, I just put a load of candles in the kitchen window, and and was sort of like looking at them, doing that across the throat. And then I was taking it in turns with Connie, and she did one where, because I said, sometimes I just open the door like this, and the parents like really scream, and the kids are fine. And so she did one, and then she backed out of the kitchen into the darkness, and then she went to the front door, opened it, went boo, and the kids literally went screaming down the road. But luckily, I knew the mum, and because I know the mum was just pissing herself. I was like, oh God, that might have really affected them.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
But it's that kind of not being able to leave it alone, because I know the kids are usually okay, but the parents, so many parents are scared of clowns. And so Connie videoed it actually of me like in the kitchen and her screaming from the outside, and I sent it to some friends, and I just said, Steve, don't look at this, because he's scared of clowns. And he's like, that's fucking you, isn't it? So what did you expect? I told you not to look at it in our group chat. Right. What time is it? 10:48. Right. I need a wee as well before I go for my walk. What are people saying in the chat? Indy, you are responding to your customers' needs. That means you're doing it right by evolving to the market demands. You are. And also, you've got you've got Beck, who can have a bit of a step back as well, because she's got other work and chatting to people, customers. And she can also see it on a different level to you. So, it's going to work.
Yeah, Beck gets quite a good insight as well, because at work, she's got a really good team of friends at work. And, like they, she shared the page with them, and they're sharing it, and they're letting, they tell her what, they ask her, do we have this? Do we have that as well? So you get an idea of kind of things.
It was like your Dory stuff wasn't doing that brilliantly on eBay, was it? And then
it was okay, but to be honest with you, I need to really do some eBay again as well. But my eBay is just like gone down the loo really at the moment.
That was one of my questions. How does this Q4 compare to last Q4?
Yeah, I've not really the thing is, because it's just got radio control car parts on it now. That's all I'm selling. I haven't got any really haven't got any used stuff on there. I did actually sell that. I got to ship that out. But I thought I had to ship out yesterday. Like used stuff, I've not really got much of, but when it sells well, doesn't it? As we know. But I said my eBay's kind of taken a. I didn't want it to suffer, but and the shops very quickly inserted itself as a good income source. Like in the first 4 weeks, it took really decent money, and so it's kind of, it would be silly to be like, oh no, I'm gonna ignore that. But ideally, the shop should just be extra on top. But it's already become more than that. Like
it's very hard to split yourself. I mean, even splitting myself between eBay and Insta, which sounds probably pathetic, but this morning I was thinking, what if I just need to have like a dedicated eBay day, so that, because I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do that now. I'm in the frame of this mind to do this.
100%. Like the shop just takes up your mind because you want it to work. It's like you said, it's where you put your effort, isn't it?
Aren't you? You're completely in it, and just it's so excited, and it's your area to flourish. It's totally a good idea. I mean, because it would have seemed from the outside, oh, you're opening a shop in the middle of Corona, but actually, we will get back to normal shopping, and you're there and you're up and running now, and it sounds like really decent rent.
Yeah, exactly. It's very good value. I mean, like Dave, I am using a cross lister, but not. I took off all this stuff off of eBay because I'm like, I want my website to work and I want it to sell in the store. And on eBay, I think I want to sell used stuff. Really, I think what I'm going to do with eBay is leave the radio control stuff on there and let that tick away, but then get back into like eventually getting some used stuff, like because I think that's where eBay shines. It's the used stuff, because then you don't worry about the fees. You don't worry about anything because you've got really good, strong margins. You don't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
And plus, you're selling. Plus, you can be unique. You can have unique things for sale. You can sometimes be one of a handful of people. If I went onto eBay with like one of these items, I'm going to be in competition with a bunch of other people with the same thing, and the only way you can compete is by cutting your price, and I'm just don't think it's worth it, because I've seen it sell
high street jewelry, and people know it with their high street like clothing brands, and you're in a sea of, and then you pay to promote, and you're trying to get up that way, and then suddenly you're like, oh, I'm hardly making anything on this now, so why am I,
that's the point. Exactly. And also, I think a lot of this stuff sometimes now, the companies, the wholesalers are becoming quite strict. They've got authorized people that they allow to sell on eBay and Amazon. And if they catch you doing it, they do have the right to close your account, and then you've lost out on a really good wholesaler. So I don't want to really risk it either. So, but to be honest with you, it sells well enough in the shop when the shop's open, and you get that vibe that you're And I'd love the website to be more of a thing, and so far, touch wood, it's mainly people from YouTube who are supporting it. So, but you've got to start somewhere.
Are you getting any click and collects?
No, I've only had the one that I had. That was it. That was the one I had. None since then. So that's going to take time to build those.
It's hard for people if they're going to go online. I think the way probably I think is, if I'm going to go online, I want it delivered.
Yeah, exactly. I think so.
Yeah.
But I did have a sale where they mentioned that they saw the Facebook page, and they had it delivered to them because they lived in Carnforth, which is close but not that close. But
yeah, I think Kirsten's having some success with her Facebook page.
Yeah. Facebook page, I think, is a good thing. Natasha's right; it's getting closer to 11.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I'm going to go because I need a win.
Exactly. Thank you for chatting.
Thank you so much for coming on.
We should do like a regular day.
Yeah, what, with pixels or without pixels?
Whatever, man.
That's going to throw you now, hasn't it? Oh, forgotten about that.
I've forgotten about that.
Right. Okay. Cool. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, longer one than that than usual.
Oh yeah, I'll be on later with Kirsten at 2 o'clock, but I might end up having to go home now, depending on what this internet's like.
I don't know what I was going to say. Yes. Yeah. See you at 2 o'clock for Z and Kirsten. But I don't die. See you tomorrow. See you later. Hang on. End first.